Hey, what's up guys? Jay here. Welcome back to another follow along workout. We have some mobility and some core today, roughly 15 minutes. All you're gonna need for this workout is a workout mat and a kettlebell. For reference, I'm using a 27-pound kettlebell for the workout. So we have 7 different exercises. We're gonna perform each exercise for 50 seconds, followed by a 10-second rest in between exercises. As soon as we finish the first set, we're gonna rest 10 seconds, then get right into the second set. So 2 total sets. This is a great workout to do on an active recovery day to get the body opened up, get a sweat going, get the heart rate up a bit, and work some core strength. You can do this workout 2 times per week. So grab your kettlebell or dumbbell and let's get into this workout. All right guys, like I said, 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 7 different movements, 2 total rounds. Starting in 10 seconds, starting in that high plank position. We have the down dog toe toucher to pigeon on each side. Here we go. Shoulders over the wrists, core is braced. Drive the heel into the floor, keeping the arms straight. Then dropping down into that pigeon, getting that leg to cut across the body and be as perpendicular with the body as possible. So that's 1 rep. So really drive the heels to the floor, opening up the calves, hamstrings, and shoulders on that down dog toe toucher. And we're opening up the glutes, piriformis on that pigeon. Also, make sure you're bracing your core when you come back to that down dog toe toucher as well. So really squeeze and contract the core here to keep that core turned on and active. So we're getting a little core work with the mobility as well. 3, 2, and 1. 10 seconds rest on our backs. Kettlebell sprinter, so we're grabbing our kettlebell or dumbbell, arms locked out, legs are bent slightly. Sit up, drive the knee into the chest. Keep the arms locked out. Notice I'm lowering slowly back down with control. I'm not just slamming down. Contract at the top, lower slowly back down. You guys can also do this without weight too. If the weight's too challenging or the weight that you have is too heavy, just put that weight to the side and get after it. 10 seconds. And rest. Kettlebell off to the side, we're back up. Hip flexor stretch position. Foot's flat, big step forward. We're gonna lean in, keeping the chest tall, stretching out the hip flexor. Then we're gonna sit back, keeping this leg straight to stretch out the hamstring. So lean in, open up the hips, sit back with a straight leg, opening up the hamstring. So pretty cut and dry here. Opening up the hips here on this side, and then stretching out the hamstring on the front leg. So it's nice and easy. If you're really, really tight, have a little bit of a bend, but slowly try to just open up a little bit more on each rep. 5 seconds. Then we're gonna switch over to the other side. All right, other side, same exact thing. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's go. You guys should also be feeling this a little bit through the low back as well. So if you have a lot of lower back tightness, the hamstrings play or can play a huge role in that tightness. So sometimes when we really target the hamstrings, you start to really see, if you are feeling it in your back, how that could be playing a huge role in the tightness in your lower back. So it's important to be opening up those hamstrings, hip flexors, really all aspects of the hip, which could be contributing to lower back tightness and pain. 5 seconds. All right, good. Lying on our stomach, prone swimmers. So working a little bit lower back and shoulder mobility here. Arms extended. You're gonna lift up with the low back. Bring those arms all the way around. Try to bring your thumbs all the way up your back. Lower down, lift. Bring those thumbs as far up your back as you can. If you're tight like me, it's gonna be tough, but keep trying to, like all of our mobility movements, keep trying to open up just a little bit more on each rep. One of my favorites for working a little bit of that posterior chain, as well as opening up the shoulders. 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Good. Where we at? Plank pull-throughs. So high plank position, kettlebell off to one side of the body. Feet are gonna be somewhat wide. Pulling the kettlebell once, twice, 3 times, and then switching. So really try and pull that bell through as much as you can. So we have our anti-rotational and somewhat of a rotational exercise as well. Keep the core turned on, shoulders over those wrists the whole time. Keep it moving. So you want to avoid the shifting side to side as well. It's an anti-rotational piece. If we're rotating all around, it's not really anti-rotational. So focus on really locking those hips in and keeping the hips as parallel with the floor as possible. And time, good. Kettlebell off to the side. We have a reverse crunch to reach. Here we go. Reverse crunch, wide base, reaching through. So working the core here, so really lift up with the abs. Then we're opening up the lower back and some hamstrings with that reach. Man, I'm sweating. Always harder than it looks on paper. Every time. 20 seconds. So coming to a close on our first set, our first round. 10 seconds rest, and we're right back to exercise number 1. All right, 10 seconds. Back to that high plank, down dog toe toucher to pigeon. Let's go. Try and catch your breath here. Slow that breathing down. Take a little time on that pigeon if you need it. We're going right to core after this. 20 seconds. Let's get one more in. 5 seconds here. All right, good. Kettlebell sprinters. If your shoulders are really feeling it, you can put the kettlebell to the side and just work the regular sprinter, up to you. Just nice and controlled. Halfway. 15. Keep working. Keep going. We'll catch a little break next. Keep moving. Good. So back to that hip to hamstring. Catching our breath a little bit here. Letting that heart rate slow a little bit. Lunging in, keeping the chest tall though. So I don't want you leaning forward. Keep that chest tall to intensify the stretch through the hip. Also, keep your pelvis neutral. So we are leaning forward. There's some sort of anterior tilt here, but keep those abs tucked in. That's gonna intensify that stretch. If you go too much into anterior tilt, it kind of defeats the purpose of the stretch. So keep that pelvis neutral, then lean in as far as that hip flexor allows you to. Man, I love workouts like this. It's just some good quality work, you know? Mobility, some core work, good sweat, opening the body up. Just fantastic for recovery and longevity. Huge part of my training. Here we go, hitting that other side. So if you guys want to check out the exact workouts and programs that I have followed to build my physique and that I also continue to follow, you can check out my app, link in the description. You can unlock a 7-day free trial and check everything out. There's no risk. Check it out for free. See if it's a good fit for you. See if it'll fit into your lifestyle, how much time you have to work out, the equipment you have, so on and so forth. Literally have a program for anybody. So check it out if you guys want. 10 seconds. Right after this, we're going into those prone swimmers. All right, here we go. Lying face down. Arms extended. Squeeze the glutes, lift up. Gauge that lower back. Move those shoulders through full range. So you can probably hear mine cracking and snapping. There's no pain, so nothing to worry about, but just show us how tight I am. So there's certainly, positives to being jacked, being really muscular, and there's also some negatives as well for most of us that have a lot of muscle, are gonna be tighter, and it's just a lot more mobility work that I need to do to stay and maintain mobility and flexibility and to stay healthy. So almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Plank pull-throughs. Here we go. 2 exercises left. Focus on locking those hips in. Let's work. 1, 2, 3. "20 seconds. Pouring sweat. I mean, there's no AC on in the house either right now, so, and it's hot as hell outside. So, even better for torching calories and getting the blood flowing. Let's get one more. And time, good. All right, final exercise. Reverse crunch to reach. Let's finish it up. Catch your breath here. Really lift those abs towards the ceiling. Using those hands as little as possible. So you can also float the hands behind the head to really remove any of the assistance that you might consciously or subconsciously use. 20 seconds. So hold this for a second and done. All right, guys, great workout. Simple and effective. Again, use this on any active recovery day. 2 days a week. You'll get a lot of the benefits from it. But make sure you guys are working that mobility. It's so important to stay injury-free and to promote longevity, because ultimately the name of the game for me at this point, at almost 40 years old, is to just be pain-free, to be feeling good, and to be looking good. So until the next workout, make sure you guys subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon.